I'm Willie from Huttons Landed Division. Welcome to another episode of a live open house held on the first Saturday of every month. Now, today happens to be the 1st year anniversary of this live series, which we started 1 year ago. After 12 months, and of which, of course, selling many houses, I'm happy to bring to you another very beautiful house I think you viewers or home seekers will like. If you are now looking for a semi-detached, okay, that is renovated, has very spacious proportions, I'm talking about land size of 3,500 square feet, okay, a house that's gone through extensive A&A and in a very quiet part of the east, this house may be the one that may interest you. All right, so where are we now? This is now in actually the Bedokville. Bedokville is actually between Bedok South as well as Tanah Merah. Now this is actually in the middle of this entire huge estate. Okay, as you can see on this street here, what I like about this street, even though within this very huge estate, is that it is, number one, very quiet. There's not much traffic coming here. The roads are pretty wide. You can park, okay, on either side of the road. And one thing that's unique only along this street, okay, compared to other streets, is that it's made up only of semi-detached houses. Okay, you can see all the houses here are beautifully or well maintained. Some are rebuilt 2 to 2.5 story semi-Ds. And one thing, if you have realized, is that all the semi-Ds here have very wide frontage. This means that you have a lot more ample space, okay, in front of you, and of course giving a sense of a tranquility and also privacy as well, right? More about this location, you can see now we are actually walking up the street. This is on an uphill slope. Before we reach your house, I just want to tell you that this road actually allows you to reach a Tanah Merah MRT station in about 7 to 8 minutes walk. So for parents who have children who wants to take public transport, this place is actually a lot nearer to public transport than what you think. On the other side of the road will be towards Bedok South, okay, the nearest bus stop are there that will bring you to other parts of the east. But the exciting thing here about this location is that there is a new MRT station called Bedok South, and that is actually fronting or at the heart of Bedok South precinct. Bedok South precinct is going to be one of the largest, if not the largest and most exciting development in the entire eastern part of Singapore, where there will be private housing, there will be commercial shops, okay, there will be a mall, HDB flats, etc. The entire place between Bedok South MRT as well as a Bayshore MRT, this huge area is going to come alive. And residents staying in this in the proximity, including the residents in this estate, are going to benefit from it because we are just a few minutes walk away. All right, so back to the location. This is the house we're going to look at. Just from the outside, one thing that I think I personally like a lot is that you can see that it has a very unique black and white, okay, facade. And what I personally like a lot is this vertical green wall. Okay, so from outside you can't actually see what's inside the house as well, and this is deliberate, right? Owner wanted a lot of privacy, okay, and yet remains very open and the interaction with the surrounding environment. Okay, so what's behind this gate? Let's go and take a look. Okay, now we're inside the house. Can you see the big difference from outside to inside? Right, I'm now with actually the owner's dog, and frankly, he's one of the reasons. Come here. One of the reasons how this house is designed. You can see behind me now. This is a massive garden. Come, Tika, come. Wanna go? All right, massive garden, and you can see the frontage here. 11 meters is very, very obvious and very wide. Not forgetting a semi-D usually is only about 8 meters, so we have 3 extra meters, and it's very, very visible. And I have never seen actually a house that has as much greenery, or an owner who's as into greenery and green lawn as much as this. So you can see from the side to side and the entire stretch, right, is all filled, and to create like a lot of greenery, like a garden. And one thing is he has kept this open, right, really open. There's no fixtures, there's no pool, pond, just 2 trees here. Even the lawn that you can see here, the car park on the car porch, in the last 7 years that the owners have stayed here, they have never driven the car in. You can see there's no tire marks at all. All right, he's very focused and very fixated about creating a sanctuary within the four walls, such that no cars or external so-called a disturbance will actually affect. So you can see now I'm now standing on this garden. This garden is about 800 square feet, right? This is about a 2 or 3 bedder condominium now. So very squarish, there's a lot of space, and the whole purpose of this is for the owner's dog, you can see running around, and also for the owner's children as well. So if you also have children, you like garden space, I think this garden is something that you cannot find in many houses. In fact, we have conducted some viewings. Many of the buyers are actually this bungalow and detached owners, and they commented, say, really, even my own detached house don't have as big a garden as this. Okay, so to complement actually the garden, this huge garden is actually the patio from the side. All right, later I'll show you. You can see now from here, this is not your usual 2 meters. This is almost 4 meters wide, and during the entire extensive A&A, which by the way owners have put in 9 months of work, okay, to transform what used to be an old house into this black and white inspired structure here. He has actually decided to keep this open. Main reason is if you have just a 2 meter setback, the space is not very usable. It becomes almost like a waste of space to this owner. So instead of doing that, he keeps this open. And what is very smart is that now the exterior, the outside area is now integrated with the indoors. Okay, later I'll show you. You can see now from here, a lot of the walls have been removed, and what you have now is a very open concept, and making actually that main gate as the main door of the entire house. Right, moving forward to the back, you can see this is right, nice patio. A lot of house owners wanted to have nice patio. Usually it's quite narrow, you have to use the front. This is just the side, leaving the garden untouched. So this is in fact one of the owner's favorite spots. Yes, Tika, come. Sorry, so that's come here. You want to join me? So you can see this part of the floors are actually tiled up, okay, for easy maintenance, so that his favorite dogs, they won't scratch it compared to, let's say, wooden strips. Yes, what you want. Okay, we have an open house now. You want to show me around? You want to show me around? Okay, so this is a huge space, a lot of open space, and it's integrated with the pool. Okay, you can see here, this is a 3 meters wide pool with jacuzzi function as well. And notice towards the back, there's a very integrated view of having like a green wall. Now, this is a very interesting structure because along this stretch of houses, there is a retaining wall. All right, there's a retaining wall, 2 meters. So instead of having a staggered retaining wall, during the A&A, the owner decided to just flush this up, such that you have a very clean single plate, okay, in terms of the surface area. And this also allows the kitchen, later I'll show you, to actually be extended all the way to the back without having to leave any setback. And what has been done at the top, if you can see from this angle, all right, is the extension was also done there to actually create a structure where you can actually extend further. I'm going to talk more about that. All right, it's actually now a very big, a nice terrace. Come, Tika. Okay, so after touring the side of the house, I'm going to show you the front inside. Come, let's go. You notice now there's not difficult. In fact, it's difficult to find the door because every part of the house is very open. You can enter from the left or from the front as well. You want to follow me? Later then we play. Okay. So the impression when you first step in, you can see behind me now is very, very open. All right. And despite the house being built in this era in the 80s, there's no split level. So easily you can see all the way towards the back of the house. Right, making the place a lot more spacious and integrated than it actually is. So what you have here, the width is about 7 meters, right? 7 meters with another 4 meters outside. So the space with no columns in the center allows, I think, the new owner or the current owner now to actually shift your furniture around. Yes, what do you want? You want to follow me? You want to follow me? Okay. So the owners have decided actually to leave, to not create any built-in. So a lot of information, the furniture can actually be shifted around as and when they like. This will allow, I think, the new owners to design and customize the layout a lot better. Okay, so from the living area, now you can see at this angle is really integrated with the outdoors. So if I were to sit at the sofa, whichever part of the house, you'll feel that this is actually part of the interior space as well, without having a huge demarcation and what is considered indoors and outdoors. Another important part about this house is this is facing southeast, okay? West sun to the owner, very important because they like to spend a lot of time outdoors. So now is now is 2+ p.m. You can see the sun coming up actually is at the back of the house. So now you can actually walk out. The place will be bright, but you don't get direct white sun at all. right? In fact, one of the reasons the owner bought this is to have earlier dinner parties. He likes to host dinner parties, but if you have anywhere that has west sun, usually you can only start like after 7. Here, he can start as early as 4:30 or 5. Right? Owners upstairs, I'll attest to that in a while. So if you also like to entertain, this is I think one of the unique so-called attractive points about this house. All right, shall we continue? Come. So they have a small dining area here. I say small because there's also another space at the back. Now beyond here there's a storeroom, storage area under the staircase. All right, and there is a very spacious helper's room. Come here. Come. Okay, you can see from the size of the wardrobe behind me that this is a larger than usual helper's room. Okay, there's a 4-door wardrobe, helpers, a bed on this side. You can put a queen size bed or even double-decker bed because of the high ceiling. This ceiling is about 3.1 meters. Okay, so this wall can also be extended for some buyers who wanted a bigger, for example, like a granny's room. You can easily extend this wall out to this pillar, and easily you can create a this is a granny's room as well as a bedroom. Now we're coming to one of my favorite parts of the house, which is the kitchen. Come and take a look at the size of the kitchen. All right. I may not like to cook, but I like to entertain. I like to have activities around the kitchen, right? Because I always feel that kitchen cannot be just used 2 or 3 times a day. A concept like this will then allow, I think, the owners actually to interact while they cook. They can also have their breakfast here. In fact, sometimes you can see there's a table. This is where the son will actually do the homework. To do this, you need to have a lot of space. And you can see as I roam around, because of the high ceiling height, there's a lot of wall space. Right? This becomes a very interactive place, I think, for the owners. Behind me here is a roll of storage, lots of storage here. You want to show me where the food is? You want to show me where the food is? All right. So which can be removed. You can do more storage space here. And remember I told you, because of the unique A&A, there is no need for a setback. So this entire space is fully enclosable. In fact, here, where you can see the opening, you can choose to actually have sliding doors here and make this even more enclosed, or even air-conditioned if you want to. On this corner will be the common bathroom. You can see from the design layout, it's also decked up in a very classic black and white view that's very consistent with, I think, the entire design language of this house. Right? Now at the back towards me, and this is what makes, I think, the kitchen very unique, is that when you're cooking or when you're entertaining, you have this nice pool view, all right, with the green wall that we saw earlier. Okay, so now I think from here you can also see that the shape of the land is very regular, right, very regular, and it's not as long as most semi-detached house, right? So much so that a lot of buyers who come, they feel that this view is even larger than 3513 square feet. Right, after a tour of the kitchen, let me just show you another view of the living room from this angle. Imagine you just finished cooking and you just walk out. Can you now see how easily, how expensive the entire place is? Right, from left to right, you can see the entire house without looking at the traffic. And this is the exact view that the owner was looking for and make him fall in love. And I'm quite sure a lot of homeowner seekers like you will also feel the same. I really wish all of you are here at the house now to see what I'm saying. Okay, now shall I be ready to go to the level 2? Let's take a look. Right, let's take a look at the second floor. Now you realize these tiles have all this beautiful Peranakan look. You know, one thing about the design of this place, right, it's like, it's not just pure black and white that can be very serious. You realize the whole house is so filled with, you know, the motifs like this, and also dashes of color everywhere. So now let's take a look on level 2. Now level 2, this used to be a house that has 4 bedrooms, but now it has been, because of the size of the family, owners only have a son, they combine the 4 bedrooms into 2 bedrooms. So how do the 2 bedrooms look like? Come here and you'll understand. Now take a look at the massive size of this master bedroom. You can easily tell, without being an architect, this used to be 2 big rooms. Okay, 1 room there, 1 room here, and this is a family room. In fact, this is like a 3-bedroom size. Okay, so if you turn around in this corner, you can tell that the yellow part here has actually been extended as part of the A&A. So during the A&A, the front has been extended both on the left side and the right side. So now actually creating 3 almost master bedroom size. And imagine now the size is combined into 1. Okay, this is one of the largest, I think, master bedrooms I've seen. So how they have decided to use the space is to put the wardrobe. This is for his, this is for hers, which I think is excellent because you have a lot of space here. You can actually do another island countertop or for accessories if you want to. The bed is tucked at this best part of the house. Why I say so? Okay, if you come here, you can see the street in front, and when you wake up, remember this is southeast facing, right? So this is where the sun will rise in front. But more importantly, if you look downwards, that's where you can also see the entire garden as well, right? So the owner said that's one of the favorite parts is downstairs. This is the second favorite spot, but I can literally imagine waking up here, seeing the sunrise, because this is facing southeast. We have also the south towards the sea on the side, so you get constant sea breeze. Okay, even now on a very hot day like this. And again, I want to emphasize it's very, very quiet. Okay, this street is very quiet. Being in the middle, you don't have a lot of stray traffic coming here. And the distance to the neighbors is also very far away, right? Thanks to basically all the larger than a normal sizes of the semi-detached in this area. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the design of this place. Again, you notice there's a lot of tiles downstairs. For this, instead of using your usual parquet, owners have replaced this, okay, with this white color, tiles. They're actually solid tiles that feels like white wood. Okay, that's been color washed. So I love this because you can see after just 7 years, it's still very well maintained, and maintenance is frankly fast-free. Not forgetting they have 2 big dogs who comes here all the time. All right, from something that is meant for functionality, this has become also an aesthetic point of attraction as well. Right, now coming back to this part is, again, you have the same big windows. Now looking in front will be the mature trees, and this is where the owners choose to put the study. Again, you can choose to put there. I personally will want to actually make this, I can personally glass this up in case you want to play computer games, video games, or a small TV room if you want to disturb, right, your spouse. Just now I mentioned about the distance to the neighbors, and another part, okay, that is very obvious is here. You can see from the side, because of the setback that we have, not your typical 2 meters, and also because the neighbor also has almost a similar setback, it means that our distance, right, to each other is actually almost double compared to most semi-detached or corner terraces. So you can see quite obvious here, we're quite far away. I like this strategically positioned tree that the owner has planted, and importantly, from here you can also see the pool, right? Very nice pool view on the side. Not easy to have your own pool view. I've seen a lot of landed houses with 2 meter street, but you hardly can see the pool from any part of the house. This one, from the comfort of your master bedroom, you can see the pool from here. In fact, this is where the owner, you can see the owner's child actually is very active in water polo. So when the son practices his strokes or his daily swim, the owners at the comfort from the study, he can see what he's doing. Right? Behind me will be the master bathroom, decked up in a similar black and white theme. Again, with the dash of colors. Okay, this is something that I find a bit more whimsical and actually adds and reflects the character, I think, of the owner's very active lifestyle, right? Especially the dashes of yellow. And of course, if you can take over this place, the possibilities to redecorate and of course to create a very bespoke theme, I think it's going to be endless. Whether it's colors or a carpentry or design theme. Okay, above us are of course ceiling fans. In fact, the owners rarely have to switch on the aircon because it's just naturally cooling like what we are now throughout the day. All right, so how do you find the master bedroom? Is it big enough? By the way, this is a live program, so if you have any questions right now, you can always just key into this. My teammates who are now online looking at the computers will help to address if you have any questions. All right, the floor plans and the 3D tour for this house are also available. So feel free to approach any of your Huttons Landed Division's consultant to get the information on this house. Now, after this room, let's take a look at the other 2 rooms that has been combined again into one. With a short corridor walk, and this is something that's unique because they wanted to be very close to each other and yet having the privacy. There's a common bathroom. Now this bathroom has that splash of colors that I mentioned, a lot of colorful tiles that make it more youthful and of course more enticing for the son. Now, if you come here, you stay where you are, you can see now I'm walking all the way to the back of this room, right? This is now the son's, I call this the princess room, right? The prince room. So colorfully decked out, a lot of colors. And the key thing is the size. You can take a look from here all the way. This is almost, all right, the entire width of the master bedroom that we saw. And this is achieved because it was used to be 2 rooms, okay? You stand where I said there was a wall here, and this was 1 room, and this was 2 rooms. So these are the 3rd and 4th bedroom of this house initially, before the A&E. So after the wall was reduced and the door closed, now what we have is a much larger and enlarged bedroom, which can easily become a junior suite if you want to, because the bathroom is just outside. All right. Now, what is interesting in the A&A is that you notice they have actually decided, first thing is the structure. If you take a look, right, there's a huge roof terrace here. Okay, that was part of the creation of the A&A. Now, this huge terrace stretching there, this is almost 5 meters wide. Again, this entire part is about 500 square feet. All right, one huge area. And why they decided to keep this is because they wanted to replicate, okay, what we have in the garden downstairs for the son. So that when he wakes up, when he plays or have his play dates, they also have a huge private garden here as well. Right? This is despite the fact that this entire structure during the A&E now is now resting on retaining wall. Remember the retaining wall I told you earlier? So this entire structure now rests on it, okay, quite smartly, and it has been certified to actually withstand the construction of another floor. Okay, another floor, something like what the neighbor has done. So this entire area, you can actually enclose this and make into another big room or even 2 rooms, which I'll elaborate later in the proposed or enhancement plan, right? But what we have now is huge, okay, open space. As you can see, very comfortable. This is the same carpet grass you see downstairs. I think this open gym as well. Ideal for people who don't like to go to gym, to go to commercial gyms, and you can just walk out from here. And the interesting part is, you can come here to see they have used the 2-meter setback to actually put this aircon compressor, and the same view. If you come here and take a look, you can see from the master bedroom, you get to see the green wall earlier, as well as the pool, and all the way to the front of the house. Okay, so now we've come to the end of the exploration of this very charming 2-story and what used to be a 4+1 room house. And of course, now what you're seeing is just a 2-bedroom layout on level 2. The next part of this, when we go down, I'm going to explain to you what can you do potentially, okay, to enhance the space further if you have a larger family. All right, let's take a look. Alright, so now we've come to the second part of this video, which is actually to give you a very comprehensive idea of how this house can be transformed. And moving forward, to be honest, we have actually done this for quite a lot of the houses that are sold. But I think this is the first time we're featuring on video, right? How extensive do we, when we market the house, I think not just for the sellers, but for the potential buyers, how can we make better use of the space that we have? No doubt this house has been actually very well designed for this family. All right, I think they put in a lot of effort, money as well. And but the thing is, there's still a lot of space which maybe a larger family size can actually utilize to enhance, all right, the space further. Now the first, actually here, this house is quite simple. The part that we're going to enhance and to touch is actually all behind me, because the garden, most people see, they're quite happy with it, all right? So because they're going to leave the garden untouched. Of course, you can do a pond in front, you can convert it into a 4 cars parking lot, that's up to you. But the key thing here is at the back, this is where you can enhance further. Now the first part here, if you can look at the diagram, all right, is using this pillar, all right, as actually a benchmark. We can actually use this space to create, right, pushing out the wall, you can create a granny's room, okay, on this side. And if you can look at the floor plan, you can actually even create another attached granny's bathroom. Right, so you have granny's room, granny's bathroom, and on this side, for owners who don't need such a big kitchen, we have a huge area here. This is almost about 150 square feet. You can actually carve out one more bathroom for the helper. You can have a helper's room as well as even a storeroom. So you can see where I'm standing now. Even if there's a wall here, whatever I've mentioned earlier are all going to be behind this wall, behind my hands, and yet in front we still have a lot of space. And this space can be enhanced further if we demolish this bathroom, right? Where the bathroom is, again, you take a look at the plan. And if this bathroom is demolished and shift to the other side, this entire open space will be even bigger, leaving you actually extra so-called room for you to create a dry kitchen, and then you have a demarcator, and then before you go to the wet kitchen, such that now the entire floor of the house is actually not interrupted. If not, in fact, it can be even enhanced further. That means from the front of the house, you can see all the way to the back of the house where we are now. All right, so this is one of the proposed plans for the first floor. Now let's take a look at what can we do to enhance the second floor. So in this new proposed concept, you can see that actually the space, even the way we lay out the room remains the same. You have, when you first come in, a now floor to ceiling walk-in wardrobe concept, and then there is the sleeping area, of course, with carpentry. You can make better use of the space and make it more cozy and of course a lot more luxurious, right? On this side is where the biggest change happens. Is instead of having an open space like this becomes the extended part of the bathroom. And in this bathroom concept that we have envisioned, you're going to have a luxurious bathtub, right, which will be a lot more suitable because you have it gives you the feel of like a tropical resort, and you have a his and her sink, okay, that actually is away from the bathtub area and makes it look more like a hotel concept. And the same space where the study was will become more enclosed, okay, more enclosed with a lot more carpentry and storage space. Right, so the entire concept of the whole room remains the same, but we've enhanced storage features and of course aesthetic appeal according to what you like. So this is a very simple renovation that a lot of buyers and you can definitely execute, if not even come up with better ideas as well. The good thing is with a very open and very solid, simple to arrange structure and carcass, okay, like what we see here, this is a very easy to configure space that a lot of buyers will like. Now for this rear part of the house, where the bedrooms are, remember this used to be 2 bedrooms, and I mentioned earlier you can make better use of this by creating 2 rooms. Now take a look at the closer look at the proposal that we have drafted out. Okay, so that is actually meant not just to create normal rooms, but actually we actually have space to create another ensuite junior suite by converting this space, the TV area here, and we can actually do the pipings and create a second bathroom. Now this bathroom will then be linked to another room using the terrace. This will still be a very sizable room. You can see the dimensions on the side. You can put king size bed, queen size bed, not an issue, with natural ventilation towards the pool. With this, on the other side of this will be an equal size room, common bedroom. This will be the 3rd bedroom on this floor, okay, on the extended part. And this also still leaves us, okay, an additional space of where we are now, and this can become the second family area. Now remember, in the first concept that I proposed earlier, we can actually have also a family area in the front part of the house if you're going to split the master bedroom into 2 rooms and a family room. If you do so, you're going to have both front and rear part of the house having a family area each. So this house will have effectively 3 family areas, all right, family halls in the 2-story layout. Of course, there are families who also have, we have come across families who want to have 4 bedrooms but 3 on this side, on the rear part, so that the parents can actually occupy the master bedroom and have 3 children using this space. What you can do, quite simple, this part where I'm staying on, this can be converted to the second and not 3rd bedroom. So I have 1 bedroom here, 2nd, 3rd, all common bedrooms, and the area where it's in front of me now, this can become the family area. So these 3 children will then share this common bathroom. So again, to have 4 rooms on one single floor is always very sought after by quite large families, and especially those with many children. So this will be a layout that would actually satisfy or suit a lot of buyers and the viewers' needs without having to go through very extensive reconstruction or rebuilding by tearing the house and building extra floor. Okay, we've come to the end of this episode of a live open house. I hope you have enjoyed, the interesting segment on the renovation concept. If this is something that you'd like to see in our upcoming episodes, feel free to comment, okay, or like, and in this live basically website now, in the website or YouTube, so that we know whether this is something that you want us to feature, all right, in the upcoming episodes as well. So again, this is a beautiful 2-story semi-D 3.9 leasehold, and with 3,513 square feet of, you can see, very spacious land and a beautifully renovated interior. If you and your family are keen to take a look at this very attractively priced, and I'm talking about just slightly more than 1,500 PSF, please feel free to give me or any of my teammates a call, and we'll arrange an exclusive tour for you. Once again, my name is Willie, and see you at our next live open house.